Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Kenesha Dees. We've just learned that police arrested an 18-year-old for allegedly threatening Athens high school resource officers. Carson Butler faces 1 count of terrorism, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder in connection with a plot against Athens High School. According to the DA's office, Butler allegedly attempted to cause the death of 11 SROs. Court documents allege Butler also willfully and knowingly agreed with other people to carry out these acts. Athens police say Butler has been in custody since June, when the then 17-year-old allegedly made a threat online against Athens High School's students, faculty, and school resource officers. A Limestone County grand jury returned a 5-count indictment against Butler on November 14th. The news of the indictment becoming public today. Earlier this afternoon, Athens Mayor Ronnie Marks told us in a Fox 54 exclusive interview that he had heard about many officials being gathered, but wasn't told about the indictment before we sat down with him.
It turns your whole community. I mean, you think about it. You've seen it in other places. It puts you. You talked about. I was talking with Dale and thinking earlier about brings tears, but seriously, it brings tears. And thank God they were there. And I'm so sorry. I hope that this young person and their family, whoever, gets the help that they need, and that justice is served.
Beth Patton, the superintendent of Athens City Schools, released a statement saying, quote, "We want to assure you that the safety and well-being of our students, faculty, and staff remain our highest priority, and there is no active or ongoing threat to our students, staff, or campus," end quote. An initial appearance set for tomorrow has been pushed to next Wednesday. For more details, go to fox54.com. We have our eye on the sky here. We could see right above there is a cloud cover right behind that new safety tower that we see in Madison. But nonetheless, it is cloudy. It is cold. We might even have some rain. Joining us is Fox 54 Weather Impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Emily, it seems the theme this week is bare minimum sunshine, plenty of cloud cover and some rain.
Yeah, that is exactly right. We got plenty of rainfall right now behind me on our Fox 54 radar, and the cold conditions will continue through a good majority of the next 7 days as well. In fact, it looks like we're going to get below freezing once again early next week. But right now, we're seeing plenty of rain right now. It is a good soaking rainfall across the Tennessee Valley. Roadways are pretty wet though, so it's just really cold and yucky out there. If I didn't have to be out and about right now, I definitely wouldn't be. I'd be at home, probably bundled up, catching up on my favorite TV show like Fox 54 News at 6. Rain chances for the next couple of hours. They are going to increase heading into, I would say, about the next 30 minutes to hour, but notice how they quickly taper off heading into early tomorrow morning. So rainfall should be out of the way just in time for our Friday morning commute. Temperatures, we are pretty cold, upper 30s, low 40s, and we're going to continue to get cold heading into the overnight. Coming up later on in the show, I'll tell you if we got any rainfall in the 7-day forecast, and I'll have a look at how cold we're going to be getting heading into next week as well. Kenesha.
Thank you, Emily. We're learning a Lauderdale County grand jury indicted an 18-year-old on charges related to the exploitation of children. According to court documents, Nicholas Brown, pictured here, faces 10 counts of possessing obscene material of a child under the age of 17 and 1 count of electronic solicitation of a child. The grand jury alleges Brown knowingly possesses a visual depiction of a child under the age of 17 engaged in sexual conduct. Brown's bond is set at $575,000. Look at this. Authorities arrested a man yesterday after finding drugs in his car, they say. The Lawrence County Criminal Investigations Unit conducted a traffic stop as part of an ongoing drug investigation. During the traffic stop, investigators say they found a stolen gun, about 4 ounces of meth, and other drug paraphernalia. Police arrested Jeremy Orr. He's charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and receiving stolen property, among other charges. He's held in the Lawrence County Jail. We've learned a hearing is taking place today between Lawrence County residents and a shooting range over safety hazards and alleged retaliation. People living near the range say the facility's design goes against industry standards, safety standards, with people claiming they found impact marks on buildings outside of that range. 4 people that live nearby sent a letter to the range asking them to stop operations. They say the owners put up a barrier across the road, blocking access to their homes until the Lawrence County Circuit Court issued an emergency order to remove the obstruction. The results of that hearing have not yet been released. Happening right now, a live look inside the Huntsville City Council meeting. On the agenda tonight, the City Council looking to enter into an agreement with the Madison County Railroad Authority, and it's to use federal funds to replace the Aldrich Creek Railroad Bridge. You may remember the bridge collapsed back in late July, sending cars into the water below. The city is looking to use funding from the Consolidated Rail Infrastructure and Safety Improvements Program to replace the bridge by 2027. The City Council meeting is on the second floor chamber of Huntsville City Hall if you want to catch it. South Huntsville has a new place for you to gather, exercise, and enjoy the outdoors. The city opened the park at Hayes Farm today, a project years in the making and one many say will help shape the future of the area. Fox 54's Valentina Chalala has more.
3, 2, 1.
South Huntsville's newest addition is now ready for you.
It's got a fitness court on one side,
A designated spot for pictures, and a big open field right in the middle for anything you can imagine. The Hayes family donated 9 acres of land, property they've held since 1906, along with a $1 million contribution to build the park. It's a project that took about 24 months to complete.
As a child, I guess I put my foot down on every square foot of this entire farm, but I could see nothing like this.
Hayes says the park's opening creates a ripple effect, driving a renaissance in South Huntsville he believes will strengthen neighborhoods and boost property values. Along with your classic amenities, the park also includes a free fitness platform designed to help make Alabama healthier.
It was a 30-year-long study in Denmark that plotted the green area of Denmark against the mental health 30 years later, and a 55% increase in mental health for those children that were raised where green spaces.
Everything from the design of the park to the artwork is meant to inspire community engagement, inviting you to gather and enjoy the space with others. In Huntsville, I'm Valentina Chalala, Fox 54 News.
City Council member Jenny Robinson, who was at today's ceremony, says the goal all along was to make the beautiful city of Huntsville even more beautiful. Now you can go out and enjoy the outdoors yourself. The winner of the Tennessee special election was sworn into Congress today. Republican Matt Van Epps met with Speaker of the House Mike Johnson to replace the District 7 seat left empty by former Representative Mark Green, who left Congress for the private sector. Van Epps won the House seat over Democrat Afton Benn, winning with nearly 54% of the vote. The city of Madison is taking to the sky with a new public safety tower aimed at training your first responders. The 40-foot tall metal structure known as the Yard has burn rooms, bulletproof doors, and adjustable walls to meet any training situation. At the top is a rappelling anchor for scaling multi-story buildings. According to Fire Chief John Gandy, it'll help as Madison grows up instead of out.
We were looking for an area to help us do what's known as vertical policing. We noticed that as Madison's growing, we're actually growing up instead of out, since Madison can no longer spread out. We're building more multi-story buildings and all, and we need to be prepared for any type of incident that may take place in that building.
Pretty cool. Well, the design can be configured to meet any kind of training for the police. That can include clearing buildings and training against active shooters. For the fire department, it's multi-purpose.
They're able to practice putting fires out. They're exposed to heat, low visibility. They can practice again on the roof prop, cutting holes in the roof, practice bailing out windows. They can practice removing victims from the windows. We can practice our aerial operations. Technical rescue is another piece of this. They can rappel off the building. We can do some confined space training. It's just the sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I've seen safety buildings where firefighters are able to train in, but not where it's multi-purpose.
Yeah, I've seen something similar, not exactly the same. Now, Decatur fire department also has something kind of like this. Now it's a tower where they can rappel and have training scenarios like this. Down in Tuscaloosa, where I went to school at Alabama, they had the Alabama Fire College, where they have a whole course which is like this, training for fire officials, firefighters, you know, all kinds of statewide organizations go to the fire college in Tuscaloosa. Seeing this here in Madison was neat. It was cool. It was pretty empty inside besides the removable walls and things, but it seemed pretty adjustable. You know, you want to do fire training or police training, you can do either or. You can rappel, you can burn fires inside, all kinds of things.
Wow, exciting. Speaking of burning fires, I myself saw an exercise back in Panama City. That was one of my first stops before coming to Huntsville. And it is pretty cool to witness.
It is.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll be hearing
thank
more
you.
from them about it.
We will.
All right.
We love it, but it's outdated.
It's a new building for an old school currently under construction with plenty of modern bells and whistles. We'll show you that new beginning coming up. Screening and prevention for a certain type of cancer is saving lives, according to medical experts. We'll tell you what that is and the new guidelines in effect. The American Cancer Society says the death rate for cervical cancer dropped by more than half since the 1970s, and it's thanks to prevention and screening. And today, the organization is announcing new updates to screening guidelines for you. Mandy Gaither goes over the changes that every woman should know.
First, the bad news. In the U.S. this year alone, it's estimated that more than 13,000 new cases of invasive cervical cancer will be diagnosed, and more than 4,000 women will die from the disease. But the good news is those numbers have dropped dramatically over the years, but not everywhere.
There's wide disparities in this country amongst cervical cancer rates, and particularly in rural areas, and particularly in the rural South, we continue to see many women presenting to physicians with advanced cervical cancer.
That's why the American Cancer Society is releasing these new guidelines today for cervical cancer screening aimed at reducing deaths from the disease. While the traditional method of a pap smear every 5 years remains the preferred screening method, there's now an acceptable option for women at average risk who don't want a pelvic exam. Taking one of 2 FDA-approved self-collection tests is now recommended every 3 years, as long as the results are negative through age 65.
We know particularly if it's difficult in making an appointment, some women may have privacy concerns initially. So we do think having the ability to have FDA-approved tests every 3 years for self-collection is a wonderful other option.
For women older than age 65 who have had adequate prior screening and not otherwise at high risk, screening is no longer recommended by the organization.
If you're at higher risk because you have HIV disease, you have immunosuppression, your screening should be done with the work through a physician.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The FDA says you can use tests that detect cancer-causing types of HPV in the cervix using a swab or brush to collect the sample. And while you do it on your own, the FDA says it must be done in a healthcare setting. Coming up, a new school is coming to Huntsville, meant to replace 2 outdated facilities. We have more on that for you coming up next.
We're tracking some cold rain moving through the Tennessee Valley right now, but when is that going to be coming to an end? I've got your full forecast coming up in just a bit.
Huntsville City Schools and a few students broke ground on a brand new facility this morning. Montview Elementary School staff say the new addition will house both the elementary school and a STEM magnet school set to open in August of 2027. The building will feature 110,000 square feet of specialized classrooms, a gym, playgrounds, teaching walls, and STEM labs. Montview's principal, Marcia Sutton, says it's time for an update.
Our school is wonderful, we love it, but it's outdated. There may be 2 or 3 plugs in a classroom, and so of course we have limited capabilities that this is going to help us overcome and just bring attention and focus to this great group of kids in this community.
A new chapter. Well, the principal of the Academy of Science and Foreign Language, Paula Thompson, says it'll be a collaborative effort to teach your students at Montview and the new magnet school.
I think this will be a great opportunity for our students and Montview students, and maybe some transfer back and forth. Maybe that will encourage more Montview students to apply to the new STEM magnet school. And the principal at Montview, Miss Marsha Sutton, and I will be working closely together to make sure everything runs very smoothly.
The new shared school building will cost the city of Huntsville about $56 million. The campus will span an estimated 18 acres, almost 14 football fields. If your child is in Huntsville City Schools, you can also apply for them to go to the STEM Magnet School. We're learning the Muscle Shoals Christmas Parade was postponed. The parade was scheduled to start at 6:30 p.m., but the city decided to reschedule it to next week because of the possibility of rain. The parade is now next Friday, December 12th at 6:30 p.m. This isn't the first parade in the Tennessee Valley that's been rescheduled. The Scottsboro, Ardmore, and Rainsville Christmas parades were all postponed because of weather. The Scottsboro and Rainsville Christmas parades are now Monday, December 8th. The Ardmore Christmas Parade is now next Thursday, December 11th.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the FOX54 Weather Impact Team.
The cold, the clouds, the rain, oh my, it's just come through the Tennessee Valley, and very, very minimal sunshine we've seen. We did see peaks of it yesterday for a brief moment, but it seems as though, Emily, we haven't seen much of it at all today.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I have to say, this is like my ideal weather. When I get into the winter season, I just love the cold, the rain, the cloudy conditions. I'm more productive. I don't know why, but I've always been like that.
Is it like cozy weather for you?
Yeah, it's very like cozy vibes, very just kind of want to be low key, hang under a blanket all day, and you know, we're here at work. So
yeah, listen to some lo-fi music.
Yeah. It's my favorite weather, if I have to be quite honest. Let's go ahead and talk about the rainfall, though, that we're seeing all across the Tennessee Valley right now. It's going to continue throughout the next, I would say, few hours. We'll see this move on through early Friday morning, and we'll be left with dry conditions, but unfortunately, the cloudy conditions are going to be sticking with us. So this is really just a good soaking rainfall. You can really see it right now outside on our FOX54 camera, and we'll continue to see that rainfall throughout the next couple of hours. So if you do have to be out and about, make sure you take it easy out there on the roadways. Temperatures are above freezing, though, so not seeing any wintry precipitation here, but we have been seeing it up north of the Tennessee Valley at 39 right now in Florence, 38 in Fayetteville. We're sitting at 39 here in Huntsville, 41 down in Coleman, Fort Payne, sitting right at 42 degrees. So putting things into motion, about 10 o'clock, we'll start to see a little bit of a break in the rainfall on the western side of the Tennessee Valley. So Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin counties probably going to start to dry out about then. But heading into midnight, widespread rain becomes more scattered in nature, and we'll continue to see a decrease in rain coverage heading into the earlier morning hours of your Friday. By your Friday morning commute, we should be dry. Roadways could still be a little slick out there, but as I mentioned earlier, we're going to keep the cloud cover in the forecast for really the majority of Friday. We may see a few peaks of sunshine here and there, but expect to see mostly cloudy conditions. For the overnight tonight, temperatures fall into the mid and upper 30s. For tomorrow, we'll see temperatures around the same range as we saw this afternoon, mid and upper 40s, because we do have that cloudy sky. It's not going to allow us to warm a whole lot tomorrow afternoon, but heading into the weekend, we finally reached the low 50s on Saturday. Mostly cloudy conditions, unfortunately, carry over into the first half of the weekend, but heading into Sunday, we'll finally start to see a little bit of sunshine move back into the forecast. It's going to warm those temperatures up just a little bit. We'll see the mid-50s for your Sunday afternoon, but notice what happens to our low temperatures heading into the next couple of days. Yeah, we're going to be staying in the 30 range, but heading into Tuesday, those low temperatures going to be falling below freezing. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, if you don't already have your outdoor pipes covered, it would be a good idea to go ahead and get that out of the way before early Tuesday morning arrives, because it's looking like we'll see widespread freezing conditions. This is right around 6 a.m. Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, it's going to be downright cold out there. Now, rain chances throughout the next 7 days are pretty minimal. We only have about a 20 for tomorrow, and that's just due to that early morning rainfall. In fact, a lot of it's going to happen while we're still asleep. So throughout the day on Friday, not expecting to see any rain. Heading into Sunday, about a 30% chance for rain, and then rain chances really look slim to none. Heading into the first half of next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, it look completely dry. So for tomorrow, we'll see the mid and upper 40s. Once again, cloudy sky continues. That carries over into the weekend. We'll finally see a little bit of sunshine move on Sunday. About a 30% chance for rain. Most areas stay dry though, and looking ahead into next week, temperatures eventually going to warm into the upper 50s by midweek. A little bit of rain returns about this time next week. Also, we'll see high temperatures warm into the low 40s.
Happening tomorrow, a popular holiday experience is headed to Huntsville. The Lego Holiday Land will be at Bridge Street Town Center. The free event features a life-size Lego village with festive storefronts, hands-on building activities, and a towering Lego Christmas tree. Families can create custom minifigures, build ornaments to take home, and donate Lego sets to children in need. The experience runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. until Sunday.
Coach Darrell Higgins and the Morris Hill Panthers tried to capture back-to-back Blue Maps with another win in the 3A state title game. I'm Mo Carter. I've got highlights from Birmingham coming up next on Fox 54.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to sports. Super 7 action continuing today in Birmingham. Morris Hill is our only local team playing for a state title. They took on Bayside Academy. Panthers hopping on the board first. Jackson Penn taking the handoff right up the gut and scores a tough 2-yard touchdown. Panthers go up 7-0. Second quarter now. Panthers on the move again. Hudson Higgins takes the pitch outside. He's got one man to beat, and he does it as he dives for the pylon and scores the touchdown. Higgins had 195 rushing yards on the day, and he sees his team go up 14-6 at the half. Second half, Bayside Academy making it interesting, down 17-6. David Barnett rolls out and finds a wide open Walker Collins in the back of the end zone. Bayside would also convert a 2-point conversion and make it a 17-14 game. Off to the fourth quarter now. Morris Hill responds with a long drive. It's capped off by this 3-yard TD run by Jackson Penn. Panthers on top 24-14. Now Jackson Penn ran for 206 yards on the ground and 89 coming right here as he takes off down the right sideline and takes it to the house. His third touchdown of the day. He was also named the MVP of the Class 3A state championship. Panthers add another late TD for good measure and beat Bayside Academy 38-21. Morris Hill wins back-to-back titles. We will hear from Coach Darrell Higgins and his crew coming up tonight in sports. Covering the Super 7 State Football Championships in Birmingham, I'm Mo Carter, Fox 54 Sports.
Coming up on Fox 54 News at 9, here's a live look from the Huntsville City Council meeting that's happening right now. We'll tell you what was on the agenda. In Birmingham, Aaliyah is ending its investigation of the officer-involved shooting that killed a 26-year-old. Those details are ahead. And then we take you to Tuscaloosa, where the University of Alabama has suspended 2 university-funded student magazines. That's coming up also tonight at 9. Before we let you go, in the Midwest, the recent winter storm, snowstorm that is helping a crew create these massive ice castles in St. Paul. The structure is 20 feet tall. Check it out. The ice castles will be on display at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds in early January. The winter attraction will feature ice slides, tunnels, caverns, and up to 10,000 icicles. Organizers have been hard at work growing and harvesting ice ahead of the event. I love how we're like leaning in to see what this is all about.
I'm like looking over here, like bent over looking at this monitor beside us because I can't believe the detail on those.
That's pretty impressive. Have you ever been to anything similar to that, like a winter wonderland?
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but the one that's in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
They do like every year they have like a different theme for it. It's by like the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh,
something
okay.
along those lines. If you wouldn't have asked me that, I would have been able to tell you the name. But yeah, I have been around something similar, but thankfully I've never lived anywhere that was that cold.
Oh my gosh. I will tell you though, the first time I experienced any type of snow was here in Alabama. It was the Christmas about 15 years ago.
It's great, isn't it?
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight at 9.